Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Veteran Lifting Veterans. Now, in a previous video, I told you guys that any information that I come across that's going to support you guys, I'm going to bring it to you. And right now, I'm going to bring you some information about another grant that I've located. And I just want you to hit like and subscribe so I can continue bringing these videos to you. Once again, this is Veteran Lifting Veterans. Now, I've located a grant. It's called the Pollination Project Grant. The Pollination Project Grant. Now, some of you may have already heard about this grant, but I know some of you haven't. So let me bring it to you. So now, the Pollination Project, it's a project that gives veterans grants to assist in bringing different ideas to fruition. Now, the ideas that they're working on through the Pollination Grant, any type of idea that's going to better serve the community, meaning anything dealing with making your community better. Now, let me tell you, these are grants they're really simple. They're grants such as homemaking grants, anything to help the elderly in the community, feeding homeless veterans, anything you can think of that will serve as making your community better. Again, it's called the Pollination Project Grant. Now, it is a $1,000 grant. That's the first application. Now, if you apply for the $1,000 grant, you receive that grant and you document all your grant success and you submit the next time, you're submitting the second time for a $5,000 grant. Now, the Pollination Grant, back in 2018, the Pollination Grant gave over $860,000 out in funds to different ideas that different people had. It was given out in 16 different countries. However, America actually received the most money from those grants. Now, they did things such as education, fruit tree seeding, empowerment, culture, art. Those are just some of the things that they were approved for. There was even one young man, he got one of the pollination grants for rehoming pigeons. So when I say that there's nothing off the table when it comes to these grants, there's nothing off the table. You know, you ask, well, will this sacrifice or suffice as something that I could get funded for? You never know. I will tell you this. If it's anything pertaining to making your community better, the Pollination Grant will fund it. Okay? So, the Pollination Grant, now, you can apply for it anytime during the year. There's no set period. So, once you fill out your application, you submit it, and it takes up to about 12 weeks for it to be approved. Now, they're not going to be updating you as to the status of your application or keeping you abreast because they have thousands of applications coming in. So, like I said, it takes up to 12 weeks before you will know anything as to whether or not you've been approved. And if you wait, you will see they will send you an email as to whether or not you were approved or whether you were not approved. That way you're not just continuing sitting around waiting to hear from them. But trust me, as soon as you are approved, it could be 12 weeks, but it could be less than 12 weeks. But as soon as you are approved, you will get an email from them saying that your project was approved for the $1,000 pollination grant. Now, what they like you to do is, this is just a little hint, what they like you to do is, when you submit your application, you send about a 2 to 3 minute video of what your project is about. Now, let's just say, for example, if you sitting around one day and you live in this community and there are a lot of elderly women that live there, men. And you say, okay, well, I'm pretty physical and I can see that they need some help from time to time with their lawns. So that's a part of making your community better. So name your project, decide what you need to make your project work, and then carry it out. So in this case, so if you decide that you're gonna be helping 5 neighbors with their lawn, elderly neighbors, veterans with their lawns, you need equipment. The Pollination Project Grant will fund your project. So let's just say you name your project Elderly Veterans Lawn Care, just an example, and that's going to be the title of your project. Now, like I said, once you submit your application, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to take up to 12 weeks before you get a response. Submit it. Be patient and allow them to take their time and do what they do. Like I said, if you get approved for the $1,000, see your project through fruition, then you'll be able to apply for the $5,000 the next year. So, like I said, there's no set time of year that you can apply for it. You just apply for it. Now, the Pollination Grant, how do you apply? I'm glad you asked. So first of all, go ahead and hit like and subscribe to my videos so that I can continue to bring videos on anything that's going to uplift you, whether it's physically, mentally, socially, financially. I'm going to be bringing those videos to my fellow veterans so that we can stay abreast with things. Now, so once again, hit like and subscribe right now because I'm about to tell you how to apply for the Pollination Project Grant. All right, so simple as put, the Pollination Project Grant. What I need you to do is Google the Pollination Project Grant. When you Google that, you're gonna see a little orange box come up to the right-hand square of your paper. It's gonna say the Pollination Project Grant. That's the only one out there. And right below that, it's gonna say, apply now. Just click that button, apply now. And when you hit that button, it's gonna show you exactly what you need to qualify. Now, before you can actually apply for the grant, you have to fill out a short questionnaire, and that tells you if you qualify for the grant. It'll give you a brief description of, you'll be able to give a brief description of your project, how it benefits the community, and then they're going to tell you immediately whether or not you qualify to apply. And if you qualify to apply, then boom, you just go right in and apply. And then once you finish your little small application, like I said, you submit it and you sit back and wait. Again, this is the Pollination Project Grant. This grant is simply created to assist veterans with any idea that they may have that's going to better their community. Feeding homeless veterans, rehoming animals, having pets spayed or neutered, planting a community garden, cutting lawns for elderly veterans within your community. All of those things that I'm naming right now has been once funded through the Pollination Grant. So veterans, I say to you today, go ahead out there, see if you qualify, see if your project qualifies for the Pollination Grant. I can assure you, when you're thinking that it doesn't qualify, fill out that qualifying questionnaire. You'll probably be surprised. Simple projects qualify for the Pollination Project Grant. Again, this is Veteran Lifting Veterans. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe because I'm continuing to bring this information to you. You guys have a great day.